Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining. Hey, Tommy, I didn't realize there was another bit of music coming. Let me quickly kill that. Hold on. Right, sorry, too many things open. I had to go hunt for that thing. Morning, Peter. Same to you, man. I think we're going to hear it a couple more times coming from all over. But yeah, nice to have you. And I'm sitting here, just me and my son today. The ladies and Uncle John has gone out gallivanting, shopping, and all kinds of other stories today. So I started working earlier, actual work, and then I just got this bee in my bonnet to go and actually put together a flight. And I actually experimented a little bit, so I want to show you guys. When Explain 12 first came out, I made a conscious decision that I was not going to bring any and everything from Explain 11 into Explain 12. As a support person and having to deal with all the whining and the groaning and the moaning from the users, I very quickly picked up that there are a couple of things that one shouldn't really do. But I also picked up that, and I know this from many years' experience, that not all systems are the same and not everybody have the same experience. So I experimented a little bit with orthos, but didn't pay much attention. And I eventually, after a few minutes, not much effort put into it, I got rid of it. And, then I watched all the moaning and groaning on all the support forums. And I know a couple of you guys said that you use it, you're happy with it, and etc., etc. But on my old system, it was a no-go for me. It just didn't work. It gave all kinds of anomalies and bad FPS and kind of thing. So this morning on the new computer, this is the first time I'm trying orthos. Now I want to tell you something. I am totally blown over. I think this is looking stunning. I've been flying around here a little bit just to have a look. And one of the issues that we have with orthos is where the water and the land meets. There's a bit of an anomaly. I can tell you one thing. I'm going to try. Oops, let me get back there. That was the wrong choice. I don't think it's that bad on this computer, and I don't know if it's just my ortho settings or what exactly. But I'm kind of. Why is this thing doing it? Okay, hang on. Let's go there. And let's go there. Yeah, okay, that's better. So yeah, I don't know if it's the machine or the settings that I use for my orthos or what it is, but I can tell you one thing, it's not as bad as it was on my old machine. So, whoopee. I think for the time being, not to be funny, I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to experiment a little bit with it, see what happens. Then obviously, as always, as the plan was from the beginning, I will obviously just update the orthos when the time comes. But there you go. Let's move a little bit forward for better perspective. No, this is the same one, Tommy. Same ones from Explain 11. I just copied shortcuts into Explain 12. I didn't, copy them. I just made shortcuts. So, over here you can see it's got like a defined line. So it's not perfect where the edges meet. In Explain 12, what you have is it's a more natural blend. So this is kind of not natural. But who's going to really come down to this level to come and see what it looks like? We fly over it, whether you're in a helicopter or a Cessna or a Boeing or whatever the situation might be. You can clearly see it's not perfect. There are anomalies. But if you disregard that and you look at the overall picture, okay? Look at that. Look at that. What's wrong with that? I think
Pretty impressive, Nico.
yeah,
Pretty impressive.
yeah. No, I'm gobsmacked,
That's
Mac.
actually quite stunning.
Yeah. I remember on my old PC, what used to happen also is you would get a piece of the photo water that comes kind of off the coast, and then all of a sudden the water starts. So it kind of didn't look nice. So anyway, I just thought let's have a go. That's the result. I'm totally sold on it at
Mind
this
you,
time.
just a thought. This is B
9. To
12.
be, yeah, 12, 1B1. Yeah, sorry, latest. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering whether they somehow tweaked something in the laminar code to make it more compatible in this last update, and that could be a difference.
Well, that was one of my thoughts as well, because honestly, I didn't change my orthos. It's the same from Explain 11. Same,
Yeah.
same, same. So I did think about it. It's very possible. I mean, we can't prove it, I suppose, but it's very possible that they did something in Explain to make it more palatable. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I'm absolutely overjoyed.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is in this area, I mean, we'll have to see what happens in other areas again. I was able to change my settings again. I've even moved my shadow quality up. By the way, the other day we were fiddling with anti-alias and it bombed out. Apparently we were supposed to work on shadow quality. I mean, it's logical now that I know about it, but I didn't think of it at the time. And my shadows in my cockpit are so much better. Look, no more jagged edges. Yeah?
Oh, you put them up to max, have you? Yeah.
Yeah. Mac, there are times, and it could also be again related to the version of X-Plane. There were times where I couldn't lift that shadow slider above minimum because I would have 0 FPS. It was so bad, influencing my FPS so bad. But I mean, look now.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's very possible they tweaked and fiddled behind the scenes to make it better for us, and all we can do is say thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Pavel. Morning.
Morning, Pavel.
No, Mac, I'm totally overjoyed because this changes the whole dynamic and the whole feel. Oh, and you know what? I also tested, okay, because that was one of the things in the beginning that I couldn't get work, and maybe I was just stupid. I don't know. I don't mind, if I didn't know any better, I didn't. But I actually set the weather to manually go to like -8 with rain and snow and everything. And the snow actually accumulates on top of the orthos.
Oh,
it's not hiding
brilliant.
it. Yeah, it's not hiding it anymore.
Mm.
So that to
So
me
something has changed then.
must have. That's another bonus for me because now you can fly. Wait, let me see if I can get you a screenshot. I'll show you. If I can get a screenshot for you. Because that was one of the things I always loved about XEnviro, that they could do things like that, but we never had it in Explain 11. You had to disable orthos to get the snow working. So I'm overjoyed. I must be honest. Let's go see if I can find some of these screenshots.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, got some. Because I wanted to show Uncle John. There you go. I was sitting at Porto, just zoomed out a little bit there. Look, snow on the ground. How's that? I think it's cool. It's really nice. Yeah, so anyway, another reason to quickly put together a stream. I mean, as I learn, I'd like to share it with you guys. So if you find any value in it, enjoy it. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Might as well call my pushback and get going. Oh, I haven't started my PU yet. I waited for the stream to start. Right, for those of you that are new or didn't notice it in the previous couple of years, this is one of my favorite flights, just between LPPR and LPPT, and I think some of you have picked up. I do a lot of testing at LPPR because of that circuit capabilities there. And that's why I thought, let's do this flight again today. I haven't done it in the new machine yet.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I've been okay, Tommy. Yeah. I've heard or seen, actually, seen reports of people having absolutely terrible issues with the Zibo, and all I can think of is they didn't install it correctly or they have the wrong settings or something, because it can't be this good for me and devastating for someone else. Same with X-Plane. It's very difficult to really judge just by listening to the general population, because you don't know what they know, what they did, what they didn't do.
And bypass tuning circuit. Release parking brake.
And that's one of the reasons. Sorry, Mac.
I think that the hardware is also an issue.
Yes, hardware is an issue. And you know what's another issue? Okay, and I'm going to be frank with you guys now. Do you realize how many people are using pirated Windows? It's scary. Some of these guys, when they send the log files in, they don't realize we can see the version of the Windows that's running there. And if you look at some of those versions, it's impossible that they bought those Windows. It's just not possible. It's unthinkable that they did it. And when you do things like that, you're not helping yourself. You're screwing yourself. Because there's so many updates and so many advancements and things that you really need to make your system enjoyable. It's crazy, because just go to wherever.
It's totally nothing to do with the aviation, but it always gets me that if you put in, say, Windows 10 or Windows 11 on a Google search, how many offers there are selling licenses for £10.
Yeah. See, Mac, I don't know how all of them work, but I'll give you an indication of how some of them work. What they do is they approach Microsoft and then they go buy a chunk of licenses as a volume license under a volume license agreement. Okay. Then what happens is, I'm speaking from personal experience. I've got a customer where we do that. Okay. And my customer is a non-profit organization. So they pay on average, I'm going to lie now, I'm not going to give you the correct value. So don't tell me do this. I'm telling you outright, I'm lying now.
Just say less than something.
Yeah. Well, let's make it $10 for Windows and $15 for Microsoft Office. That's what they pay. So it is a hell of a lot less than what any retail person would ever pay, because effectively what Microsoft says is we're only charging you an administration fee. We're giving you the license for free, but you need to pay an admin fee. Okay. Then what Microsoft does, under the volume license agreement, depending on which one you have, we get 5 activations per license. So what they do is we would then buy 10, 20, 50, how many ever actual licenses. But if you buy 50, they give you 5 times each. So that's 250 activations. Okay. And that's how these guys do. They buy these things in bulk. Okay. And then what they do is they sell you an activation, not a license. So they know that they can sell these things, because for everyone they can do it 250 times. You see, and they must just keep record in the back end of how many times they actually give it out, because that activation, is what you basically get. That's why they sell it on at, let's say, $10 or $15, and this is how they catch the ignorant people.
It's a fair explanation because I'd often wondered why Microsoft weren't clamping down on all these sales.
You see, legitimately, there's two sides to it. The people bought the licenses legitimately, and the onus will be on Microsoft to prove the difference. And that's where the problem comes in. The amount of money and resources and effort that you have to put in to go prove the difference. We all know this is what they do. We all know this is what's happening. But how do you prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond reasonable doubt in a court of law? It's very difficult because so many, it just becomes, think about it. For them to chase 250 people or 2,500 or 2.5 million people, the amount of money and resources they're going to need to stop it is incredible. That is why everything is now moving towards rental. You're not going to be able to buy these things very soon. They're moving completely to rental, which means that you literally have an activation server where you then go to activate and deactivate one license. So they don't give you multiple activations anymore. You have one activation, and if you finish with that one, you go disable it, put it on the next machine. That's the next step that they're going to.
Mind you, most of these ones where you say they bulk purchase, they're only OEM versions anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Let me put it this way. Some of them are, if you're in normal retail, but for us, for instance, the NPO license is a totally different thing, okay? I don't know where to classify it because it's not an OEM and it's not a retail at all. It's somewhere in the middle. And one of the limitations we have, for instance, okay, is a normal Windows license that you go buy off the shelf from an IT company. You can, when your Windows goes corrupt, you pop the CD or the USB drive or whatever in, and you install Windows over Windows. You do disk cleanup and you just remove the old rubbish, and you've got a new system. So many times when Windows goes corrupt, a lot of IT guys just run a process like that. Okay, our ones you can't. You have to physically format and reload that license. It does not allow for an in-place upgrade at all. You could not do it. So they put a lot of limits on us, what we can do versus what you can do in retail. And that's just the big one that really gets.
Anyway, we're here to fly.
I was having such a nice conversation, man. Thanks, Mac.
It's, to those that are watching, maybe they are a little more aware of what goes on in the real world in the background.
Absolutely.
But I believe most of them have come here to watch you fly.
Yes, Mac. Let's continue. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Starting pushback.
Good morning to you, Peter and Tommy.
Can't wait to see what it looks like on the climb out now and flying with orthos, man. I'm excited.
Before start procedure complete.
Did you put orthos in, Nico?
Ready
Yes.
for before start checklist.
I'll give you the story when we're flying again. Start number 2 engine.
And
Starting number
it
2
is
engine.
stunning.
It's stunning. I had lots of issues with it in the beginning, and me and Mac are now speculating, but we believe Laminar changed something to make it more usable, more worthwhile.
Well, if you remember, one of the problems was the difference in the mesh between 11 and 12, wasn't it? Because it was suggested if you redid it
25 and 2.
with using the new mesh, that you could use the old scenery.
Yeah.
You had to just run one part of the ortho again.
Yeah. Well, I didn't disable anything. I went into my explaining level, or I'm lying. I went into my ortho drive, and I did what I do in explaining. I just copied the shortcuts into 12, and I went to look, and I was sitting here, mouth just dropped. Wow. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Let me show you quickly. I'm gonna stream here on Discord for you guys as well, so you guys can see it real time. But let me show the other people again. The guys that came in a little bit later.
Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
It's becoming a bit hazy now, but look at this. Look at this.
Are those the Explain 11 orthos,
Yes.
Nico?
Yeah.
But it's the coastline bit that was causing problems before.
Yeah.
But you look at this now.
Did Laminate fixed it, the coastlines?
Must have, because we didn't do anything.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
So all I can say is do as Nico did. If you've got an up-to-date beta Explain, and see if it works for you. You can just remove the shortcuts again, but that looks brilliant.
Yeah. This has changed the whole dynamic of Explain again. All look and feel and everything.
I copied the shortcuts when Explain 11 came out, but that gave a lot of problems.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, that's why I didn't use it. I mean, I really suffered. I couldn't. I just got rid of it. But this morning, I just thought, you know what? New computer, new time, whatever. Let's try it, you know? Give it a go. And it worked. So I'm impressed. And I think Uncle John is going to be overjoyed, because that's always been one of his gripes, you know, waiting for ortho in 12. I'm sure glad I never deleted it, because there was a time when I built this new machine, I thought, you know what, just wipe it, you can make new ones.
Starter cut.
Now I'm glad I didn't.
Engine start procedure complete.
As far as I know, there's still not an update to the ortho program. Maybe it's not required now.
Who knows?
I haven't visited the ortho forum side of things recently.
Yeah, we'll find out, Mac, I'm sure, sometime.
Yeah. Thing is, the scenery's improved so much in Explain 12 that the rush to go and get ortho to improve the scenery hasn't been recognised yet, has it?
Procedure. Flaps 5 set.
Alright, takeoff config. Warning test, no problem. Recall done. Let's go. Brake test. Perfect. So
Mind you, must point out that you're running a pretty powerful CPU, so those that are maybe struggling with a low-powered CPU may find that ortho will just completely overload the system.
Yeah, that's another true story, Mac. Well, you guys can always let us know, because I can only judge from what I can see now and experience.
Yeah, interesting, Nico.
Yeah, I'm sure glad I did this, Mac. And by the way, just for you guys that know, this is Christer's LPPR, as far as I know. The one he fixed. I've got some really nice FPS here.
I put in Dublin from Christer, and it works. Runway 28, right?
Good.
Works perfect.
And if you notice, on the north taxiway N, he's even put in the latest hold waypoint called begins with N.
Yeah, Neptune.
Neptune, yeah. And that's... He submitted it to the gateway as well.
Mm-hmm. Peter, I'm so glad I could do that. I'm really so glad I could upgrade, man.
I'm sorry we're adding to your pain bill, Peter. I'm sure you got better uses for the money.
Ah, you know, Mac, it is what it is. You know, at some point in
Yeah.
time,
Oh,
you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
change. I love this new taxi layout here at Porto. It's so much nicer. Don't have to
That
backtrack
is,
so
that's... This is presumably just the airport scenery,
Yes.
and the ortho doesn't affect it. But even this scenery at the airport's pretty damn smart.
And that's
Nico.
default. It's default, just with Christopher's layout fixes.
At the moment, Peter, I would say value for money wise, it's still not settled. Intel prices are dropping at the moment. Now the 4000 series cards are getting more easily available, and by more than 1%. So GPU wise, I don't know
NVIDIA.
what GPU you've got.
Stick to
Maybe build a computer and use your current graphics card until that battle sorts itself out.
before takeoff procedure. Peter, you can see
Before
my
takeoff
AMD card
procedure.
works, but the one thing I've noticed with the AMD is my streams are much darker, and it's got something to do with this AMD hardware encoding. Okay, and I can't get it brighter. It just looks very dark when I go and look
Before
at my
takeoff
streams.
procedure
So
complete.
that's the one thing. The other thing is you're
Ready for
limited
takeoff
with the
checklist.
AMD with those drivers because only some of them work. And with NVIDIA, I never had this problem. So my heart, my whole mind and body and soul is striving towards saving money to get an NVIDIA again, because yes, this works. Yes, I've got good FPS, but the cost in the frustration and everything kind
Now,
of frustrated me, man.
I'd keep that for the time being, Peter, until the battles. Put it this way, the NVIDIA will become a better value item shortly, especially with the new AMD cards coming out.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Jordan to give me proper feedback on his new build. He just bought himself an i9 13900K
Yeah.
with the 7700 top of the range AMD graphics card.
Really? Oh, he's
Yes.
gone AMD, has he?
Yeah, and the first thing he says is the FPS is rubbish. What did I do? And I told him which driver to use.
That is one comment I would make, which I don't think anybody would argue, is if you've got an NVIDIA's graphics card, drivers come out much more regularly
Yeah,
than AMD cards.
for sure.
But the one point with NVIDIA is a lot of the driver updates are only related because they relate to certain games or something like that.
Yeah, it's not
And it's-
necessarily for X-Plane.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right, Mac. You're right.
Takeoff thrust set.
There we go. Get that center line set now.
Throttle hold.
Yeah,
Um,
Pete.
Sorry?
like I say, you can tell them which version we settled on for yours, Nico.
22.5.1. It's the only one that works for me. None of the others work for me. Woo, look at that climbing out here now. Look at that, man.
Acceleration altitude.
What do you always say, Mac? Oh, my giddy aunt. Look at that.
Mm,
Look at the difference.
look at that. That is... I'm impressed. I would actually say at the moment, if you were watching this video recording now, this version of X-Plane has now reached a stage where I reckon it's probably a release candidate version.
Yeah. Better than the actual release candidate for sure.
Yeah, it's now
Approaching transition.
much more refined than it was when it was released before Christmas. I'm not saying it's perfect, we know it isn't in certain features, but that, just remove all the other messages around your screen. That could be a real life shot, Mika.
Yeah.
Transition altitude. Flaps up and set.
Do you know one thing I wish Zibo could do, and I don't think it's possible? You know, you can move the FB back, right
Yeah.
and left.
Yeah.
If only you could move it up and down as
Yeah.
well. So you could have it just on the up a bit. No.
And the other thing that we want is we want blinds. We want the Boeing blinds. We must petition Yeri to make them for us.
What? Can't you afford a decent pair of sunglasses?
No, I can, but that's not the point, Mac. There's the
Yeah.
sunglasses are on now. Now it's all dimmed out.
I'm still quite impressed how the cockpit, how they managed to sort the cockpit lighting out as to whether you're looking out the windows or looking down at the
Yeah.
panels. That, to me, was a major
Change.
find and tweak, yeah. Yeah, brilliant. The only one question I'm still asking myself is, if you look at the PFD and the ND, does the ND look as if it's in a slightly blurrier for the numbers and everything compared with the PFD? If you look at the bottom,
Yeah, it looks a bit blurry, but also what I've noticed is you can sometimes see when you change the brightness. I think it's this one. Look, if you
It's
change
the
the
outer
brightness.
one.
Yeah, listen. If you change the brightness, look, it's like it's coming more in focus. It's like there's an overexposure. That's what makes it look blurry. Look, see, if you change the
yeah, maybe, yeah.
yeah, if you change the lighting effect,
Yeah.
where's that thing? Look, the more brighter it becomes, it's like it becomes fat
Yeah.
numbers and letters, and then it's like it kind of blurs a bit. And if you just set it a little bit less
The
intense,
RNP there is
Yeah.
completely blurred, isn't it?
yeah, and now it's not, because
And yet, yeah,
if you
Yeah.
tone down the lighting, it's much better.
but anyway, that's minor. I mean, You can read it. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I just have to zoom in a bit,
Yeah.
set up a few presets for you, you know. Oh man, I'm so happy for this. You have no idea.
I'm not going to say those orthos are quite up to perhaps the visuals you might see in micro 2020, but they're not far behind.
No, and also the fact of the matter is it's a hell of a lot better than the default X-Plane. I mean, it's incomparable.
Oh, look, Nico,
Yeah.
you've got a line there between two
Yeah.
orthos, or is that
No,
ortho and non-ortho?
No, it is a line between two orthos. But the one was taken in June and the other one was taken in July, Mac.
Oh, right, okay.
I just realized something else as I'm drinking my cool drink here. I obviously have in X-Plane 11 the Orbex scenery through Earth scenery for the UK. And I know there's issues with that in X-Plane 12. I wonder if that's been resolved. That's one quick question. And the other thing is, if it's not, it means I have to go and make orthos for the UK, because I don't have orthos for the UK because I was reliant on the other service provider.
Yeah.
Questions.
Nico, something about the hardware. I think it's important that the users don't change too much in their system and have not too many applications running.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of guys over imagine the capabilities of their systems, and then they overload it. They shouldn't do that. You're right.
One thing is a definite, and that is X-Plane 12 will put a greater loading on your CPU stroke GPU. So to say X-Plane 11, I could do this and that and that and that. If you upgrade to X-Plane 12, then it requires more computing power. But that's just general advancements in software and the technology. You can't go.
Yeah, they do
If we
hand
say
in glove.
X-Plane 12 is going to be with us for at least another 2 years, you can't expect it to be maxed out on current computing technology. Where will the CPU be in 2 years' time?
Well, my PC is not going to get upgraded for at least another 7 to 10 years now, unless I win the lotto.
Well, I can understand that, but you've
I know what you
noticed
mean.
a big step, haven't you, this time?
Yes. This was a huge one.
What altitude you going at? 25? Okay.
Yes. I cannot go higher because it's too short. This tip is just too short.
That's fine.
Somebody gave me flight level 290, and the Zibo said, couldn't, because if I do that, my top of climb goes and sits behind top of descent, and then I get unable cruise altitude. Look how close they are to each other.
1,000 to level off.
1,000 to go.
Well, all I can say at the moment is thank you, Zibo. This current version is, as we know, work in progress, but it's now made it pretty solid and compatible with X-Plane 12. Not completely, but...
Mac, and then you still get guys complaining they can't fly in weather, in real world weather with it. And then I wonder why. I don't know.
Well, I think most people are still saying that Laminar have still got that a little bit too strong, the turbulent side of things.
No, but that's true. That's true. But
And we're not just talking about the Zibo, we're talking about a number of aircraft. Yeah.
True, Mac, but under the current circumstances, you said thank you for Zibo for it being stable and all. And then I said, there are still people complaining, and I don't know why. I don't see it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Ready for descent procedure.
Wants to descend already.
That's nice. One thing I do like about X-Plane 12 is this business about haze and all the rest of it. I think that's better in X-Plane 12 compared with what we used to see in 11.
Much better. It happens. It happens.
Our resident real-world pilot tester, Peter, he has noticed one small thing about when you're coming into land, and that's been passed on to Zibo, and that might be addressed in the current coming update.
We
I won't say what it is.
No, we might as well. We can. I don't see why not. Is there any secret reason?
Nothing. It's just that I don't want people jumping on bandwagons and then using it as an argument to say Zibo's rubbish.
Of course. No. That's very wise, Mac.
Because it's only a minor detail that most simmers would never pick up. I would probably not notice it and just accept it, but a real-world pilot knows the difference between how the aircraft should handle and how Zibo does.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Tommy. Right, we'll tell it to the guys here when they come to Discord and ask for it.
Yeah.
And keep it off public.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you one thing, Uncle John's going to be over the moon. He is going to be so happy when I tell him the orthos is working now.
Be interesting to go somewhere else, different country, different coastline, just to ensure that it, because some of your orthos probably quite old, Nico.
Yeah, no, some of them will be. Well, when I land, remind me, then we quickly spawn at Dublin. And we go look at the Irish ones,
Yeah,
because I've got
fine.
the Irish ones.
Okay.
Just look at all the definition, everything that you see
Yeah.
now. Oh, it's so lovely. It's lovely.
Did you download Krista's Dublin?
Yes.
Okay.
I took off a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Works. Runway 28 right is also visible.
Yeah. Well, they updated that and X-Plane anyway when they released. Was it Beta 6? But
Approach top of descent.
we're still on the backs of Boundless to try and get them. That is a promised update that's coming, but they haven't said when at the moment.
Yeah.
But I would think by the end of February.
I would hope.
Was it Aerosoft that used to do Dublin before
Yes.
Boundless?
Mm.
They haven't mentioned anything, have they, yet? About updating that scenery.
Mac, I love Aerosoft. They've been around for so many years. I've bought so many things from them. But
Yeah.
the one thing that Aerosoft is not good at is updating airports after the initial release.
Exactly, yes.
And the thing is that I just want to mention this because I don't know how many people realize this. It's not Aerosoft. Aerosoft is a publishing house, okay?
Yeah.
It's the author/developer of the scenery that's lagging. It's not Aerosoft. So it's not a question of their brand being bad or behind. It's literally the guys that do it and sell via Aerosoft that are just a bit slow.
Yes.
That time when I bought X-Plane 10 on Steam, I told you guys the story before. For 6 months, I couldn't install it on my PC. It just refused. I tell you what, Aerosoft that time, I mean, I got my own dedicated support guy, and we spoke a lot. I tell you, they didn't let go. Huh? 6 months we fought together, not against each other, together to try and figure it out. And one day it just started working. They don't know why, I don't know why. And all I can think of is that Steam did an update somewhere, a patch on a server or something, and voila, it just started working. I could download it. But they were really good to me then. Right, now just as a matter of interest, let's get STKP on here. I want to show you something. In Iveo, you'll see there is a... Come on, man. Clicked in it. There is like this red area over here. This is a special operations area. Alright, and it's strange that this star actually goes through it. But when you go and look at the web eye, they've actually now marked it special areas. And if you click on it, it says reserved and designated for exclusive use by special operation flights. So I haven't looked into it further. I just noticed that it's interesting. That whole area is actually reserved.
Military operation.
Must be.
Yeah. But it might be certain levels as well.
Yeah, but they don't specify it.
Look at the edge of the box. It'll tell you the altitudes there, Nick.
Okay, well, I'm sitting a bit far. There you go. Flight level... What? 095 up to 660.
Yeah, so if you're below 10,000 feet, basically, you're okay.
Yeah.
And if you're on that part of the approach, look, you probably... What's your altitude at the start of that?
Well, I don't know at the start, but I'm currently at 19,500.
Right, okay. Okay.
That's weird. Hello, Christer.
Good morning, Christer.
Goedemiddag, heren.
Hallo, Kies.
Goedemiddag.
Okay, and for the other people that have not yet flown this route or had the privilege of their Zibo Mod turning around 180 degrees on the approach and not being able to figure out why it happened, let me show you. I don't know who designed this actual standard terminal arrival, but they actually went too far. They took PESEX over there. That's PESEX, right? Get it? Right? They took PESEX. They made it part of the star, and it's also part of the approach. So what happens is there's an overlap. So now you fly your Zibo Mod and you forgot to step through the legs page and to fix it manually, and you go CF102. Sorry, you go from PT422, you go to PESEX, and all of a sudden you have to turn around to go to CF02 and then back to PESEX and then go on it. So you guys must be careful, eh? Be careful when you do this approach. PESEX is a pest. Always step through your legs, guys. Always, always. You never know when something's going to turn you around. And that's another thing. I need to get my course heading set correct. Five. And let's go. What's happening? Oh man, this looks so good. Christer, you came in late, buddy, but listen up, listen quickly. I tried this morning and we are speculating, but we think that Laminar did something to the actual way that the ortho for XP displays in X-Plane 12. Look, it's working for me now. I couldn't work it proper before. It's working now. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. Hello, Rob. Christer, yes. The water, you can see it's not perfect. It's not like native X-Plane 12. But give me a second, I'll show you some photos quickly. Also, the other thing that we noticed this morning is that the snow actually now accumulates on top of ortho. So you do not need to disable ortho to get the snow working now on the ground. So another bonus. Look, there's your water's edge. You see, it's not the natural effect that you get in 12. There's like a boundary and it just cuts it off. So that is still there. See, there's like a boundary. But I mean, like we said earlier on the stream, it's not like somebody's going to come and walk around. Yeah, you fly over it, you know. So unless you are pedantically obsessed with something like this, it shouldn't bother you, you know. It happens. Look, and there's the snow effect. Look on the orthos. What do you mean even with water areas, Christopher? Sorry. Oh, my friend, no, that I don't know. I wouldn't know. You'll have to go and test it. I didn't recreate the orthos. This is my X-Plane 11 orthos, and I just pulled it in as shortcuts into the system, you know, into custom scenery. So if you have orthos there and you want to test it, obviously just drag and drop the shortcuts. Go have a look. See.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Hello, Alex. Goeiemôre. MI16 driver, welcome. Yeah, Christer, I'm aware of that, but have a look, see. I guarantee you it's not going to be 100%. I can give you a letter to that effect. But what I'm saying is it is so much better. We are gobsmacked at the ability of X-Plane 12 to now show it the way it does, which I couldn't get before.
Somebody forgot to put the plug in, Krista. When they last had a bath, they left the plug out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that lake's gone.
Rained. Oh, my goodness.
No, as far as I know, Krista, there's been no update. Well, there wasn't about 5 days ago.
Yeah, Orthos is not updated as far as I know. The change happened in X-Plane. That's why I took a chance this morning, just to go see what it does, what it will look like, because it didn't look like this before. Not for me. So what I'll do is I'll leave it in for now, and then we just fly with it, see what happens. I saw he said he's busy or something to that effect. Alex, I hope he does a great job. I can't wait for it. Then we can make new ones, but for the time being, this is good enough.
I mean, there has been speculation that if you rerun your orthos and use the mesh from 12, that does work, but it may not be necessary. I think it's a layering thing that may have changed in X-Plane, in which case it could also have an effect as to where you load it in the scenery ini as well.
Yeah, look, they've changed the layering in the ini now extensively. X-Organizer is going to have to update to that. There's a whole bunch of things that has changed. So,
Yeah.
MI16 driver, I'm not sure if SimHaven makes ortho. They make all the autogen and all those kind of things that goes on top of your ground area. But I can't recall seeing they've got orthos. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. I apologize, but I
Approaching
use
transition.
them selectively, to put it mildly, because not all their stuff is compatible with other stuff. So I prefer my other stuff above their stuff.
I mean, X-Plane may have been forced or pushed to change the order of the overlays, etc., purely because so many airports that are on sale include ortho scenery these days.
Yeah.
So to make it more compatible, maybe it was an easy option to change it and explain.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm very careful with those things. I've got some of them running, some I don't. And something changed also with one of the Explain beta updates, and my ex-Africa from Sentimental died. So there's got to be an update or something that I missed that I need to go and look for. Terabyte, yes.
Somebody's just mentioned about Krista. What's the current X-Organizer version? I didn't realise it'd been an
Transition
update.
level.
I'm
Ready
only
for
aware
approach
of
checklist.
one update
1000
that
to
happened a
level
while
all.
ago. Yeah, you're lucky. I've got a 6 terabyte hard drive, and that's my also dedicated hard drive, and it's almost full.
Thank you, Krista.
I haven't had a notice that it updated again, so I might be on that version already.
Yeah, I'm just looking now to see which version I've got.
Localizer capture.
1,000 to go.
Mm. 18 miles to go. That's interesting, Krister, but I won't mix and match them. I keep my Explain 11 version one side and Explain 12 version other side.
Well, that goes back to at least October last year, version 3.10.
Yeah, so they're going to have to update again, I'm sure.
Go and have a look now.
Right, I better sit upright and sort my story out here.
Lisbon has a very nice approach.
Oh, yes.
Glide slope capture.
Besides Porto, that's one of your favorites, isn't it?
Yes.
Flap
No, I've
set.
done a lot of Zibo testing in this area between these airports and those circuits there at Porto. Man.
Radio
fully
altimeter.
fully understandable, Krister. Enjoy and let us know when you're ready.
Flaps 10 set. Flaps 15 set. Flaps 25 set. Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Thousand feet stabilized. Mr.
Look at
Approach
this.
consent.
Just
Taxi
look at
lights
this. This is beautiful. Truly amazing. Salarok, yeah, good. Yeah.
on. 500. Cleared to land runway 02.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. 2 minimums.
You can
100.
see the definition of the airport boundary there in the ortho, can't you?
20.
Didn't really
10.
look now, Max, sorry.
Yeah.
Probably yes, but I didn't see.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked.
Oh, that was a bit of a soft landing.
Butter.
Too much. Thank you, you
Nice.
too.
Yeah. Great landing. You are professional.
Yeah.
Sweet, Nico, sweet.
No, for sure, Tommy, for sure. No, you got it right. I'm afraid it's a little bit too soft. But we'll live with it.
Runway's dry. Got a long runway. No problem.
Flaps up and set.
After landing procedure.
After landing procedure. After landing procedure complete.
I'm gonna go park down there by Ryanair. I'm so used to parking there for flying for them for so long. It's habit, it's second nature. It feels like I cheat when I park on the side here. Oops, wrong button. Sorry. No, no, no. Don't get up again. Oh, sorry. Don't worry. We're not taking off again. Oh my goodness, Christer.
Krista, have you gone to open whatever it is view and look to see if the road in that is in the wrong place?
Shutdown procedure.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
I did say. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Okay.
That sounds good, MI16 driver. You're probably talking AMD, right?
Shutdown procedure complete.
Get those
Ready
clouds.
for shutdown checklist.
Gotcha. Oh, that's good.
Which-
That is nice. Mac?
Which ground services package is this you're using?
Art design.
The Jar Design.
Ground handling deluxe.
Believe
With-
it or not, that's working quite well there.
Yeah. His Uncle John.
Yeah.
Philippines.
What I was getting at is none of the vehicles cross, they all avoid each other.
Yeah. I made this set myself, and I spent like 2 or 3 days designing the routes that they have to drive, and also the timings, because you've got to give them the path and the timing when they have to be at a certain place at a certain time. I tell you what, 2 or 3 days, took me to figure all that out.
That's brilliant, Nico. Well done.
Hey, some boy, thank you.
Then the way you find time to run your business.
Mac, I'll tell you the secret, and everybody here can now listen. Shh, just don't tell anybody. When the systems run, I'm sitting here bored out of my skull sometimes, because you have to wait. Every now and then you have to press next, then you wait again. It's hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait. And in those times, I'll go nuts if I don't keep myself busy. And that's why it works so well for me to do what I do, because when I'm not physically running systems, I can do stuff like this. See?
Yeah, I appreciate that. But no, that's very well managed.
The family's just arrived. I want to quickly get Uncle John up here if
I heard that was ortho before John arrives.
What about it, Mac? Sorry?
Hide those orthos
Hide
before
it. Oh,
John
gosh,
arrives.
yeah, I just wanted to
Otherwise, he'll get
brag.
jealous.
Uncle John, I can't shout here in everybody's ears. Come.
Good morning, John.
He can't hear you, man. Huh? What's the problem?
Oh, no.
Yes, there's no problem. I want to show you something. No? Yes. Okay. Explain 12.
Oh,
Explain 12, Lisbon.
oh,
With orthos. I got my orthos running.
how?
I'll tell you the whole story off stream. I don't want to bore these poor people. All orthos. Oh, you must see him. You must see him. I wish I took a photo of you now. I wish I took a video of you now. You're so excited.
Oh, no, that
Yeah.
made my day. That
You
so made my day.
go zoom in on a coastline, Nico.
I'll do. Want to show you the coastline here quickly. Oh, there we go.
And the water.
Yeah.
Water as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
But look at the coastline now. Okay.
Oh.
There's a slight rim. You see there, like a yeah. But look at this water. Look at this water. So, I mean, that's a minor. And you know what is even nicer now that works, that didn't work before? The snow accumulates on top of the ortho. You don't have to switch it off to see the snow anymore. Yeah. It is stunning, Uncle John. Oh, everybody on the stream. Yeah, they're busy watching. Yeah. No,
You
almost.
lucky people.
Look at this.
You lucky people.
Remember, you were going to reload in Dublin and just have a quick look around there.
Let's do that. Uncle John, give me a second. I want to quickly go to Dublin, see what that looks like. Okay. I just need to file my flight plan for the VA, guys. Just give me a second. Tommy says hello.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Mac also said hello. easy, Uncle John.
Now I'm alive and kicking.
Yeah. Mac says I must let you know he's alive and kicking.
Good.
Yes.
Has he done that letter yet?
I don't know. Did you do a letter yet? I don't know what that's
No,
about.
not yet. I don't do letters.
He says no, he doesn't do letters. I'll leave you to sort him out, okay?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to get angry with him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Run, Mac.
I struggle to do emails, let alone letters.
Shame, man. No. We'll sort you out, don't worry.
I do like that picture, Nico, of that
That's
Q400.
It's
That
really
aircraft is stunning looking. Gotta give it.
absolutely. While this thing is loading, I'm just going to quickly show Uncle John these pictures again. Look, this morning, snow on the ground with the orthos. See? This was at Porto. I was just playing with the weather. How's that? Yeah. So we are speculating, but I'm kind of 99.9% sure they changed something in Explain to allow all of this. Yeah. Yeah.
Something else I was made aware of. You know, if you're at an airport and it starts to rain, the puddling of the ramp and taxiway and everything, it's a slow build up now. It's it's not just you've got puddles or you haven't got puddles. There's some very indiscreet updates gone on in X-Plane in the last couple of revisions that have improved the...
Yeah, absolutely, Mac. Well, good morning, Neil. Look, this is Christer's new EIDW, right? There's runway 28 right now also, okay? Christer, I don't know if you're still on the stream, but these patches on the ground, is that correct? Should it look like that, or do I now have a clash? Yeah, the tiles doesn't look right. I mean, I don't know, maybe I've got
Where's
two
that,
different
Nico?
versions.
Where?
This is EIDW. Look on my stream.
Yeah, but where are you talking about the clash?
No, look at the tiling, the tiles on the ground. It's like,
Yes.
it looks
I'm with
weird. So I'm thinking I might have two different EIDWs. I need to go delete it. I might have merged two of them, you see.
I know that you've got to change the direction of those square bits now. Yeah, with where you got concrete paneling.
Yeah.
Can you go to the north taxiway?
We'll go there now. Christopher also said about Neptune. We'll go there now. I'm
Just
still
check that
looking at
Neptune
this.
bit.
Yeah, I'm still looking at these orthos, man.
I'll tell you what, that water shimmering effect and everything,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So I need to to look at North Taxiway. Which one is North
That's
Taxiway?
it, right there. That one there, right in the middle. There, walk down now.
I want to tilt.
Right.
So
Go
that's
to
the North Taxiway.
Right, go to the right and now go backwards. There's a new taxi sign just before that intersection to the right.
Okay, give me a second. There's Neptune.
That's it there. And there should be a board on either side. And that is not even on the official ACARs yet, although the notification about that hold point was issued in September.
Yeah, there's Neptune.
This is information that's been made available from somebody who works at Dublin Airport.
Excellent.
That is the most up-to-date information.
I'm not excited. I'm absolutely bubbling.
Yeah. Oh, this is...
So that Neptune is for two.
Yes. Well done, Krista.
Yeah, well
Gold
done.
star for that.
Thanks for putting it in for us. I'll go delete my EIDW afterwards and just re-download and put it in, because I think I might have merged them with a previous version of some sorts.
And how quick is it?
You take your existing orthos, you drag and drop the shortcut into Explain 12 custom scenery and you start up. 2 seconds.
All your orthos you can unblock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll show you afterwards, Uncle John.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you copy the overlay?
Yeah,
in
overlays,
as well?
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, so it's X-Play. That's the only thing, is you'll be using the mesh from 11 then, Nico.
Yeah, I'm using the mesh from 11, obviously, now with the orthos here. But, I mean, in time we can change it. Like I said earlier, this is good enough for now. Just to get rid of the default bland Explain 12 is a miracle, man. Christer, yes, I will. I'll get back to you. I'll go check it and I'll let you know.
I'll load it up, Krista, and have a look.
Okay. So, Uncle John, the reason I did this is that machine was busy cloning this morning, right? Now I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs. And the next moment, I thought to myself, you know, I haven't tried orthos on this machine, and I haven't tried it on the latest Explain, because we tried it in like Explain 12 version, the first one or two, and then it was a mess and we gave up on it. And I just thought to myself, why not? Try it. And
zoom in on the coast round that island off there, Nico.
So, yeah, sorry, Max, say again?
Zoom in on the coast go over to that island in the middle, top
Yeah,
there. Go and have a look around the coastline there. That's what I was just thinking.
Peter, ek sal hom nou sê. Peter says you must calm down, think of your heart. You can hear your excitement.
That's listen, I'm allowed to get excited.
Yeah. Of course. No, of course.
John wants to go home now.
Max says you probably want to go home and set yours up now.
No. Brilliant. Listen, the time's going to fly as it is.
Yeah, it will.
Right, zoom in down there, nigger, bottom left, where you got that bit of beach and sandbank and all the rest of it. Bottom left there. That, yeah, go on. That's looking. We've lost all that block business.
Yes,
where
the
you
blocks are
used to
gone.
get it in X-Plane 11. It was just different square. And you can see that still built in. But the actual coastline, that is huge improvement, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's why I did the stream. When I saw what happened, I couldn't help myself. I quickly put the stream together. I said, no, let's get it out there. No, this is amazing, man. What?
Yeah.
Oh, Lowy. Oh no, let's go to Lowy.
And then you can do the weather for the winter. Mind you, it's a bit warm out there at the moment.
Alright, sorry guys, it's taking a little while to load. I hope it doesn't bomb out, then I'll just restart it. It's not a problem. Okay, Neil, look at that. You're getting puddles and there was rain there. I'm not sure what's going to show up on the actual ortho tiles or not. But look at this.
See what I'm about dampness now effect rather than just puddles.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to suggest you go and change from real weather, Nico.
Yeah, we'll do that now, Mac. We'll do that now. I just want to answer Neil's other question. The 3D trees, I don't have any other trees. So all trees that you see in here comes from X-Plane. Okay. If there are trees missing, then we need to probably load our, global forests or something. I'm not sure of the actual impact we're going to have in all areas. When I tested it this morning there at LPPR, I didn't have any issues. But here, strangely enough, when I try and look around, I don't actually see the trees in the autogen for some reason. They're just not here. In Portugal they were, but this one doesn't have it. Why? I can't tell you. Beyond me, but there you go. The other thing, Neil, is if you look at the photos, I'll quickly put them up on the screen again. There's your snow on the orthos. The snow actually built up on the orthos now. Okay, so I left the orthos in. I played with the weather. We can do it just now. Yes, I took that Orbex trees out. So this is all the default stuff. Yeah, Christer, I disabled the 3D trees in Explain 12 when I run the global trees, eh? I mean, yeah. Now we can do our flight again from here down through the mountains, Uncle John. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of them. So, let's go to manual. Let's go to minus something. Okay. Those of you that know how this weather thing works will have to guide me again, because this morning I figured it out eventually, but we might need to change something here. Let's go to... Yeah? We'll talk about that later. Let's just see what happens. Okay. It's still not really... No, it's not really doing anything. I'm not an expert at setting the weather up here, so you guys better help me. Icy, snowy medium, I don't know. Let's have a look. There we go. There you go. On top of the orthos. How lovely is that?
What is that?
Wow. That is...
Amazing.
I noticed a big difference, Neil. My FPS shot up. Those Orbex trees, the global forest is heavy on FPS. I did. It's at minus 14 or something. Because I don't use that facility, I don't know where everything is located. It took me a moment to find that setting over there, you know, so...
That is stunning, Nico, what you can do with it now.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Where's the airport?
I think this is the side of X-Plane 12's capabilities that many people haven't even discovered yet. But
Yeah.
that...
I'm glad we came to Lowy. Sorry, what did you say, Uncle John? Yes, yeah, they're going to have to get the plows out now for sure. Some of those salt bags and stuff as well. Yeah, well.
Now you go to the airport and see if you can find the snow plows.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how the build-up look in each of the joins of the concrete and things.
Yeah.
That's realistic looking.
Yeah.
When you get dusting. No, that's...
I wonder if you see the tracks of the tires.
No,
No,
that
not
is
really.
the only thing. If you look at the vehicles, for example, that are moving there,
Yeah, they don't leave tracks.
If you want to get realistic, something we've noticed, when you're taking off on a wet runway, you don't get any spray. When you land and you put reverse thrusts out, you don't get any spray. So there's no interaction between the aircraft and the runway whether it be rain or snow or anything yet.
Mac, on that point, one of the things, and forgive me if I misinterpreted what I read, but somewhere I read something that they're going to include the particle layer or parts of the particle layer in the new scenery INI. Okay?
Right.
And that's probably where that stuff you were just talking about is going to come in.
It could well be, but that would be very much a CPU intensive. So until optimization happens, it would probably overload many of the current lower powered CPUs.
Probably. But I can tell you one thing, this is stunning. This is stunning.
It is. I mean, you're showing X-Plane 12 off in a way that many people haven't even seen it yet. That is brilliant. And your viewer numbers are going up and people are saying, wow. Let's have some, just all those that are watching, just some thumbs up or something as to what people think of this current X-Plane 12 presentation. Because that really is brilliant, Nika. Thank you. My argument is it time to move to X-Plane 12 yet? Personally, I say yes. Is it completely compatible with all the add-ons and everything you currently have? No. But you can't expect X-Plane 12 add-ons to be fully compliant with X-Plane 12 yet.
Yeah, I've also still got my X-Plane 11. So far, so good.
Yeah. I think stability is now fairly settled in X-Plane 12. I think some developers will now start work on updating XP11 stuff for 12, where they're now still supporting X-Plane. Some of the developers have moved on and prioritizing 2020 stuff they're doing, so we just have to wait.
Sorry, Mac is talking. Say again, Uncle John.
Can we run some extra?
No. Yeah, to compare them. There was a time we could run the two together, and then you had to run, I think, X-Plane 12 first, then X-Plane 11, or X-Plane 11, then 12. There was a combination issue that you had to sort out, but I haven't been able to get it running again afterwards. Okay, I'm just quickly enabling the global forests. All right. So let's go have a look, see what that looks like. Oops.
My only comment, Dave, would be if you have the available hard disk space, I would load X-Plane 12 on your current PC, just so that when you get your new PC, you've got some comparison as to how improved your computing graphics power is by reference to frame rates, etc.
Smoothness, ease of use then.
Yeah.
Why do we have a black screen? I just want to see what those trees actually do for us here. See, I'm disabling the explain ones. Resume last flight. Oh, yeah, you see there, Dave's on a Apple Mac.
Ah, right. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
Pushback failure, aircraft appears to not have any steerable gears.
Well, there you can see the trees are back for sure. Wow. Yo. Yeah, so the default trees look like they go tata bye-bye when we put the orthos in.
Captain.
Oh my
Nice
goodness.
To see you again.
Now
Please
we've got
remember to start
trees,
VA
man.
cars.
Look at this.
What's it done to your frame rate, Nika?
Oh no, I'm at 66, 67 now. Inside the Zibo, I'm at 40.
Okay.
What did you do, Nico?
I disabled the explain 3D trees and I enabled the Orbex global forests. And now I've got trees coming out of every possible little hill and piece of ground here. Look at this. When I
Have you
was...
got any on the
Ready
runway?
for
That's the
electrical
main
power
thing.
No.
Or is...
No.
That's all right then.
Wow. Oh, this is a big difference.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah. So the explain 3D trees are a no-show with the orthos, but here we've got proper nice trees now.
Now, out of interest then, where's the prioritization in your scenery as to where global trees are in relation to your ortho?
Well, it's high up, Mac. The trees are very much high up. If you go and pause my YouTube video where I actually showed the ex-organizer how I did it on the YouTube side, then you'll see it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was pointing this out, that if it doesn't work for somebody, it could be just the order with which you have things on.
It could be.
Yeah, put snow on that now.
There.
You get snow on the trees when you go down?
Yes. Let me just get to a usable
Oh yeah, look at
altitude.
the snow on the tree. That's I like it. That is.
That's nice.
Yeah. They're only 2D trees, aren't they, though, Nico?
Oh, I don't know. Krister says so, but I don't know. I can't.
Well,
I
zoom
don't
in
know.
on a tree and see if it's just like the 4 arms like we used to have in X-Plane 11.
Doesn't look like it.
Yes, yeah.
It does. It does actually. It does. Yeah. Look, I don't really care. I'm not going to do any botanical kind of surveys in X-Plane. I just fly over them.
Well, unless you were in a helicopter and hovering there, you would never see it that close.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference to me. The thing is, Neil, because him and me are now talking about it, coming back to him and my conversation, I disabled the 3D trees like 3 X-Plane versions ago. All right. So let's do the shift. I mean, I had terrible frame rates, like I say, 2 or 3 X-Plane versions ago. I'm going to keep this one now, and I'm going to keep the X-Plane 3D trees disabled, and then we'll give it a go.
Yes,
but
that's true.
I've got more VRAM in this card, so I don't really have a problem with it, Krister. Let's see what happens, because it's a totally different ball game now. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I think all the trees should be hard objects so that when you hit them, Neil, you crash.
No, we cleared it and it snowed again, Uncle John.
Is George about?
No, George, I haven't seen him. He's sleeping in this morning.
Is he still asleep?
I think so. We'll get him in the tractor out soon. Don't worry about it. Anyway, there you go. I mean, I'm impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. The fact that we can now use the orthos, although it might not be 100%. Guys, let's be real now. It's not 100%, but it's better than nothing. And it is all of a sudden usable. So I'm quite chuffed, quite happy.
The only other comment I was going to raise, Nico, is if you taxi in that condition, what is the grip like as far as steering and that goes? Does snow mean it's like driving on ice?
Well, we'll have to test it, Mac, but I don't know.
No, I'm not saying do it now. I know you've got other life to get on with. But I was just wondering whether it changed. Because people were on about the other day, I saw somebody that they couldn't steer. And all it was it was acting like a sheet of ice.
Got it, Mac. Okay, now we'll do that test sometime. But for now, you're right. I need to go and do other things as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not, Neil?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm taking a shot. There you go. I've taken quite a few shots, Uncle John. Really, I've taken. All right. Anyway, so yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll try stream again later today, but I'm going to go do something else now. I want to actually try that system now. Yeah, so you guys have fun. We'll talk later. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Nico.
Chatting.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Nico.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Nico.